And then, yeah, you can tell us a little bit about these little beauties.
Yeah. So we started our business during lockdown. There was a friend of me and my friend Emil started the business when I've run bars over the years and events and things in the Northeast. I live in Newcastle, and just really love good drinks. And Emil and I would head across the world and drinking in different cities on holiday or catching up with each other. And we love to drink, good whiskey and good, everything, gin, whatever you have, we like it really.
Yeah.
And Emil kind of said, it would be asking me, how can I make a really good Negroni at home? Or how can I make an old fashioned or whatever it might be, simple drinks. And I'd give him ideas for something a bit different or, let's swap that out for this. And eventually he said, I just wish you could buy really good cocktails so I didn't have to keep asking you. We thought, that's a good idea. So we spoke to our friend Neil, who was the senior bartender at the Savoy's Beaufort Bar. So he's a real kind of bigwig in the cocktail scene, and he came on board. So basically, Neil creates 8 drinks every single month, and we have a subscription club. You can join on. You can either get a light box or a dark box or a mix of the two, and you get 4 different cocktails in a box like this every month, and it comes and it's got 4 drinks inside and some information cards which give you like a really interesting history on the drink, and then you get a garnish for each drink. So we do that as our regular club, but excitingly with you guys, we sent you our old-fashioned box, old-fashioned collection, which is with Buffalo Trace, as you can see there. So we partnered with Buffalo Trace on that one, so all of the drinks include good glug, usually 40, 50 mils of Buffalo Trace, one of the world's great bourbons, one of the world's great whiskeys, and I can tell from the meat you're eating. How are you?
How are you, mate? Is it?
I'm good. I'm very well. I'm Andrew from Cocktail here.
How are you, mate? I'm Hillary. I'm Barbecue Lads. And
nice to meet you, Hillary.
That's Jack.
Jack up there. I've been watching and salivating at the Lidgates meat, especially. It looks wonderful.
I wish you could smell what I could smell right now.
Yeah. Well, I've got my own smell-o-vision of having enough cocktails in front of me. But yeah. So we did this old-fashioned box that we just launched in time for Father's Day, and obviously teamed up with Lidgates and yourself. And a lot of the people, if you bought online through Lidgates or in advance of Father's Day, you got one of our boxes for free. So I think a lot of people will be enjoying them on Father's Day, and it's four different takes on an old-fashioned. So there's a classic old-fashioned in there, which just really simple, Buffalo Trace, Angostura bitters. Here you go, look at these pros. A little splash of water, which is a classic and old-fashioned, and we use Demerara sugar. It's wonderful. As the guys are showing you get a garnish with every drink. And then we've got a couple of more interesting ones. We've got the Cherry Cola old-fashioned, which was, as I was saying, we have our club, like our monthly subscription club. And we did the Cherry Cola thinking, it's a great drink. We really like it. It's not too sweet. You just kind of get that richness from the Coke, which we boiled down. Basically, we boiled down the cola syrup. And all of our drinks are super easy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to drag a load of ingredients, which you don't have. Now, I was seeing, Jack, yesterday, you had the Buffalo Trace bar in the back garden. Yeah. And you're thinking, all the different things you have to have, shakers and bitters and everything. We do all of that for you. That's amazing. I'm very jealous you have that. I'm fortunate to have a bar here myself, but it's not in the back garden.
Yeah, you don't look like you're doing too bad yourself there.
Yeah. So the box has a Cherry Cola in it because it was super popular in our club. When we put it out to our subscribers, it was in the mixed and dark boxes, and it was one of the runaway hits. A lot of the people who drink the dark box, which is kind of richer, stronger, boozier drinks, obviously they liked it. But actually the mixed box drinkers were a big fan, so we thought we'd include that in. We've got an amazing salted maple old-fashioned, which is beautiful, like rich 100% maple syrup. And then what I think would be interesting is the one I think is the most intriguing, probably. It's good.
That's good.
What a fun afternoon you two are having. It's like heaven.
This a quick question then. So just
all right.
I'm going to start with the classic old fashioned, right?
Yeah.
So I've got we have a glass of ice here. Do I
Perfect.
pour the whole lot in, or is this one?
Pour it all in one. That's one serving, 100 ml. So a classic cocktail serving is kind of like 80, 90 ml. We like to make them 100 ml, so they're kind of a generous serving. What we find, and I mean, I'm sure this is not you two, and it's certainly not me, but what we do find is people will share them. If they get the selection box of collection of 4 different drinks, they might have half each of every month. They get different drinks, and they think, oh well, I'll share that with my wife or my friend or whatever. But yeah, the best way is to just drink the whole thing yourself, you know.
And how much ice would you suggest to put into?
So the subscription box is £29 a month. And then we do gift boxes, which are more like 35, something around that kind of mark. You can buy one-off boxes. We're not just a subscription club. We started that way. We had so many people who are on the club, who are club members, saying, oh, I want to get one for my friend. Yeah. So there's a garnish classic for the old-fashioned, obviously, is an orange slice. So we've popped that one in there. And then we've got a banana chip for the salted maple because it has a small amount of banana liqueur in, and it just brings that out. It's absolutely delicious. One that I think is particularly interesting is the peanut butter and jelly old-fashioned. And when Neil, our cocktail curator, came up with it, I kind of thought, that can't be right. I don't know. I couldn't see it working. And it was it's using the sheepdog sheepdog whiskey, which is great. Bourbon whiskey with like a peanut butter and jelly taste to it. And I thought, just a peanut butter taste to it. And I thought, that's not going to work. And it is absolutely fantastic. Buffalo Trace, sheepdog, a bit of creme de cassis, so kind of like blackcurrant flavor. It's delicious. So as simple as that. Same with the peanut butter and jelly. All you have to do, fill a glass with ice, generally all the way to the top if you can, crack it open and pour it in. If you like it a little bit on the kind of more gentle side, you can take a bar spoon or a teaspoon or whatever you have and stir. That gets some dilution to the drink and it just kind of softens it. If you like really boozy cocktails, pour it in, it's ready to drink. So yeah, it's been exciting. We've had a really busy, really started in September last year. So we're not a year old yet, and we've had a lot of national press. We've been on the BBC. We're now on Barbecue Lads and Jack's Meat Shack. So, you know, it's a good time. It's a good time.
The pinnacle, we might as well retire now.
Yeah, I think we're ready. So I've got the peanut butter and jelly, which I recommend. It's a real treat. It's kind of, a lot of us on the team, when Neil told us, we were like, no, that can't be right. We don't think that's going to be the one. And it's delicious. It's super simple. And yeah, we sold a lot of them for Father's Day, and we're excited for dads across the country to be trying them tomorrow, you know?
It's a great idea as well. Like I say, lockdown has made a lot of people like look at how they do things, and you know, like home delivery is massive now, especially like for as you say, like alcohol, meat, all these things that you normally would go out to get. Now they're coming through to your door. So yeah, this is a great idea. And like I say, we've been making cocktails on Sizzling Saturdays sporadically, and yeah, it's quite an involved process, and yeah, it's not for everybody. So
it can be, yeah.
Yeah, get it, you know, pre-made.
And I think with that, what we find with a lot of our customers is the exciting thing is the discovery. Because if you make cocktails, you've got an amazing bar setup in your garden at the moment. But if you go out and you buy a couple of drinks that you like, I make 5 or 10 cocktails at home, you know. But with this club, you can have 4 or 8. If you want to buy all 8, you can buy both boxes. And you can have 8 brand new cocktails every single month. It's a real discovery thing. You get to know what you like and try and eat. What we often find is people say, oh, I don't like whiskey. I don't think I'll, and we put a whiskey drink in the mix box and they end up saying, oh, it was one of the favorite because it's included. We only use fresh ingredients, apart from obviously our old fashions, which are naturally not fresh because they're just booze on booze on booze. But we pride ourselves on using fresh ingredients, getting them made one day and shipped out the very next day. We use the best quality booze, you know, Buffalo Trace, we use Fernet Branca, we use all of the kind of, we don't cut any corners. And I think it's same with you guys, same as Lidgate, all those people. It's how you make a really good product, you know.
And how long do they remain drinkable for once you've ordered them?
Sorry, there was a bad connection there. Say that again.
How long do they remain drinkable for? So you get them through your door. How long?
The old fashions will remain drinkable. I mean, unofficially, they'll remain drinkable basically forever, as it's pretty much booze. I recommend you drink it within a year. Our subscription books, because they're fresh and we do use fresh juice in them. Very few of our competitors, people in the space, use fresh juice. And I think when you go to a really top tier bar, they'll squeeze the juice in basically that morning. It goes into the drink that night and you drink it. That's the same thing we do, and that gives the drinks. The old fashions are slightly different because they don't contain juice. But our normal subscription box tastes amazing because it contains really fresh, punchy, vibrant juice. You know, it's almost the opposite to aging meat. You know, you leave your meat longer, it tastes nicer. This is the opposite. You kind of want to drink it as freshly as possible. But the old-fashioned collection, we also have a lighter version, which is the Summer Spritz collection, which is kind of based off the idea of aperitivo and the Aperol Spritz and drinks like that. You buy them in the same kit, and all you have to do is top those ones with soda. They have a really long shelf life as well. But our regular club, you want to drink them with kind of within a week or two, because the ingredients are fresh and exciting, you know.
This one's really nice, mate. Sorry, mate. The peanut butter.
Which one are you having?
The PBJ.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
wow.
Just...
That's something really different. That's something I've never found in a cocktail before. And
Yeah.
I love peanut butter, and you get that flavour in there, and then you've got the Buffalo Trace bourbon, and it's just a really, really refreshing drink, mate. This is very good.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Our bar manager, George, who's our production manager, when he first saw it, he thought, oh, that one won't work. And now he said, oh, can we sell that as an individual drink? I'll give you a little exclusive. We're going to start doing 500ml bottles really soon. This is our cherry cola cube. So we're going to get these out on the website that nobody's seen those yet. And George has said, I love the cherry cola, but can we please get the peanut butter? A vote for the classic as well.
Bring the bottle closer to the camera. We can have a proper look. Show everybody.
Well, I've lost both of mine now. The studio audience seem to have commandeered the cocktails now.
And somebody's asking where we're based. We're based in Newcastle, but we ship every single day across the UK. Unfortunately, we don't really ship outside of the UK at the moment. But we ship fresh every single day. We make them on a Monday. We get them out to you Monday afternoon. We do 48-hour delivery, but we can also do 24 if you want them the very next day. That means your drinks are super fresh when they arrive and taste great, you know.
I love the idea that it fits through your mailbox.
Yeah, I mean, that was something I was really insistent on. We all live busy lives, or many of us do anyway, and I kind of think you're out, you're doing things, you don't want to wait in for a delivery, you know. So we spent a lot of time developing the blocks and making sure it was nice and slim, and it just slips through your letterbox. All of the packaging is recyclable. We don't use any plastic. So we're really taking care to try and make the product as good as it deserves to be. And I think yeah, we have these little story behind the serve cards, which has like a bit of information on every drink, and we also give you the recipe on the back as well. Because we kind of think we shouldn't have anything to hide. Some brands won't tell you what they put in there, and we want to say, look, we're using top tier product. This is, if you like it, you can buy it and you can make it yourself. For gin, we use an incredible gin from Northumberland called Heppel, which are friends of ours from up in Northumberland. One of the owners, Walter, owns an estate up in an incredible wild part of Northumberland, and they have 300-year-old juniper bushes. He set wild horses free that tramples up the land and allows the juniper berries to land in the grass, fertilize better, and it makes this truly incredible gin. So we have an exclusive deal with them that allows us to use gin that is used in literally the finest bars in the world. You know, out of the top 50 bars in the world, probably 10 or 15 of them will be using Heppel across the world. So we're really going out of our way to try and give people the best drink they can at home and with ease. So yeah, I mean, it'll go well with your beef, that's for certain.
But that's what we found, Andrew, throughout our Sizzling Saturdays episodes. We found provenance is massive. People love to know where the ingredients came from. You know, they love a story behind it. So the fact that you've developed these relationships and you're using the best ingredients, that's more than that's what we ask, mate. Is people who are passionate about their product, story behind it. So yeah, these are pretty drinkable.
Good.
And as well as that, very good tasting drinks as well.
Yeah.
The peanut butter and jam, the PBJ, I've sold.
I'm the same. It really is one of my favorite drinks we've put in the boxes. But what's exciting with the subscription model for me is one of the co-founders, but not the guy who puts the drinks together, is that every month I get this incredible surprise from Neil. He sits us down and he says, do you want to try these drinks? And we go through, we make notes, and I'm like, wow, this is, and all of a sudden it's like pick your favorite child, which 8 drinks are going to make it that month, and some drinks miss out and I feel bad for them, but yeah, it's been great fun.
It was Father's Day tomorrow. Was there any particular drinks that sold particularly well for Father's Day tomorrow?
Well, the way it works with the subscription is that basically you tell us whether you want light or dark or mixed. So you kind of just pick the boxes. Obviously, there's been a bit of a switch to the dark box, but the old-fashioned box was launched specifically with the thought that Father's Day was coming in mind. And we really sold a lot more of those than we imagined we would have. They've been a real hit. It's exciting. It's nice to think that we get a lot of feedback of people sat at home saying, this is the best drink I've ever had, not just at home, but in a bar, anywhere. That's really exciting. It's gratifying and, it makes your day, It's good.
That's positive feedback.
Yeah. You guys have made me hungry, though, watching this today.
Mine's not ready yet. I'm still waiting for mine. Look.
Yeah.
Look.
Mine's ready and being sliced up inside, Jack.
Oh, mate, I wish you could smell it.
Oh. Amazing.
So the beef. I'm not sure if you saw it earlier, but the beef was dry aged in the Buffalo Trace bourbon, mate.
Yeah. Well, Emil, my one of the guys who founded the business with me is a West London boy and is completely obsessed with Lidgates. So when we found out that it was with Lidgates and we'd been asked, would you like to give some of the people who bought the beef a box? He was like, yes, every single person, 100%. We love Lidgates. And he said, next time we're in London, that's the first thing we're doing is going to Lidgates to buy some meat and head back to his mum's and cook it up. So I haven't been yet, but he's definitely dragging me down next time. So
yeah, I've not been either. I need to go down the hills. We need to book a trip down there, mate. I've not been, so.
If I was a bit closer to Essex, I'd be there in a few hours, Jack.
he jokes, I'm not in Essex, I'm in East London.
Oh, right, okay. So just bullying you.
It's borders.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, we're nearly Scotland, so,
Well, yeah, no, look, Lidgates is a place, mate. If you're ever down there and you're on the way, then look, Jack and I will come and join you. I think there's a couple of nice little places there that we could sit and have a relaxing chat. Not far from it at all.
We can recommend a few good cocktail bars. That's for certain. I'll bring some. Yeah,
quite nicely into like a hip flask.
Yeah. They are. And I think it's nice. I think what we found is a lot of people sending cocktails through the post, do them in pouches or in like little bags and thin boxes. And for me, it's not the same. I mean, if you buy that meat from Lidgates and it's in that beautiful packaging you were showing earlier, and it's the real deal. And I think it needs to be in a glass bottle. It needs to be, and you need to know how it was made and the history. And we often put stories of where the history of the booze, the alcohol that's in the drink, who are our suppliers, and we tell that story. Or we might tell the story of the drink itself if it has an interesting background. And I think it's a bit like sitting in front of a bartender. You go to a really good bar and you say, okay, I like this type of drink. I like something sweet and fruity and floral, or I like something boozy and strong, and I like whiskey sours. And we're like, okay, if you like that box, you pick our dark box. And our bartender will effectively say, here's 4 different drinks, you can try them. Here's the history, here's a story, here's and it brings that whole experience home. You know, I think that's what makes it exciting. Hopefully.
And as you say, the fact that they're mail order, that's even better because it's like,
Yeah.
you do it, can't you? Like, you know, someone who's into cocktails, you're struggling what to get them for their birthday. Because, you know, let's face it, when you get to
Yeah.
sort of our age, it's hard to know what to buy somebody. But, you know, this is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
nice gift. So, yeah, I can see this, yeah. And I like the fact that you're going to do bigger bottles because obviously Hillary likes them.
Yeah. Coming really soon. Yeah. Yeah. And we're also going to be in Sainsbury's this Christmas as well, which is exciting. We're doing an espresso martini gift set in Sainsbury's this Christmas, which will be the perfect thing. I think it's a cocktail shaker, a double serving of espresso martini in a nice little gift box. So that'll be an exciting thing. We're a small business, and that's kind of a big moment for us. So,
Well, congratulations, mate. Well done. That's Sainsbury's.
well, cheers to you guys.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
I've just tried this. I've just poured out the salted maple one now with the banana chips, mate.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I'm on here. It's beautiful, mate.
It's nice. I think that it's got banana liqueur in it, and it just adds a kind of like a warm sort of background note to the old fashioned. It's not overly, doesn't kick you in the face with like a banana taste. It just adds like a rich kind of silky deliciousness, you know.
It's like a nice sweetness on like your palate when you sip it.
Yeah. Yeah, we try not to make things too aggressively sweet. You know, you often find you go to a bar and they're over the top, and it's just finding that's the thing with cocktails. They can be very simple. It's just a balance. Just finding a little bit of a strong flavor, something bitter, something sweet, whatever it is, and making it work. You know. But yeah, it's been great fun.
So yeah, I was going to say, just before you disappear off, obviously tell people where they can find you, how they can order, and
So we're Cocktail with a K, so it's cocktail.co.uk. You can find us on our website. You can order individual one-off boxes like the old-fashioned box or our spritz box, or you can go on and join the club and get monthly boxes where you get 4 cocktails. They all come in these really nice kind of gift box type things. Get 4 cocktails, garnishes, story behind the serve cards, which tell you a bit of history on every drink. So yeah, you can buy a one-off box. You can subscribe, cocktail.co.uk. We're on Instagram, as you can see, cocktail.co.uk, and yeah, it's exciting. It's been a fun year.
I think we need to match the monthly box with something we're cooking up, Jack.
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
You know, we're cooking every week.
Yeah,
You know,
we'd love to send you a box every month. Yeah, it's great. What's interesting is that because they change every single month, you'll never drink the same drink again, which is a really exciting thing. We have an inkling, we're not certain if it's true or not, that we might be making the most cocktail recipes of nearly anyone worldwide, because we make 8 drinks every single month. Most of the top cocktail bars in the world will change their menu once a year, twice a year. Some of them do it monthly. I'm not really aware of many that do it weekly, but we maybe there's none. So we change it every single month. You'll never drink. Oh my, that looks delicious. You'll never drink the same thing twice, and that's what's exciting. You know, it's really nice to discover something new every single month.
Well,
A lot of the people who, yeah, and then once you get set on one drink that you really like, you can buy them in the big bottles.
I think we're going to need the sort of gallon packs, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
What's interesting, actually, on that note, is we buy to try and be as sustainable as possible. We buy our Heckle gin in these huge big drums, and it basically means that the guys from Heckle come down from Northumberland, which is only half an hour away. They're visiting other people, and whenever they're in town, they'll drop off gin in these big drums, and then we use it, and we take, because they have these gorgeous glass bottles. But obviously, if we use hundreds and hundreds of glass bottles every month, it's not really great for the environment. So they can bring them down in that. They take it back, they sterilize it, and they bring us gin back again. And it means we're not recycling huge amounts of glass. So yeah, well, we can ship cocktails to you in those big gallon tubs.
Perfect. I'll modify my post hole.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you guys. I hope you have a wonderful time and enjoy the rest of the cocktails in your box. And cheers. Enjoy the meeting.
Thank you very much for joining us, mate. Much appreciated.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
And look, hope it goes really well. Cocktail.co.uk, cocktail with a K. Two Ks, really. But, yeah, beginning with a K. How's that?
Yeah, that's it. Cocktail beginning with a K.
and best wishes with it all, mate. I hope it goes really
Thanks
well.
a lot.
I thought the peanut butter and jam one was really good, but then I've just discovered perfect maple.
Yeah,
so,
that's the problem. Don't drink them all, they're strong.
Don't call it out too early. Don't call a favourite too early until you've tried them all. There you go.
Cheers.
All right. Have a great day, buddy. Jack, what are you up to?
We'll just do a little wrap up hills and then we'll, yeah.
Here we go. Oh, he might want to.
How do I turn on? Sorry, I haven't done a live before. Here you go. See you.
Little
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Cheers.
mate. Whew,
Wow.
Jack. What an episode.
I'll tell you what, I'm just starting to rain. That's why I had to run and get my whiskey in because it was plugged into the extension lead. Not very safe. So yeah, what an episode, mate. I tell you what, wow.
My gosh, yeah. I think we're going to have to pace ourselves in the future. That was quite intense.
Yeah, I tell you what, I had a whisk out at one point, and God knows what was going on. Like,
I mean, we've had what a wonderful experience. We've had, some pretty amazing beef from the folks at Lidgates, from Danny down at Lidgates there.
Yeah,
I'm about to go in on some of that.
Mate, mine is. He said, didn't he, about Danny, about did you find it smoked a lot more? Like now, obviously, we're getting to the stage where the fat's rendering down a lot more. It is smoking a lot. Like, I mean, it's got up to 100. Wow, look at that. That's like.
Okay, I think I can smell it through the phone here, mate.
I don't know about letting it rest for an hour and a half though.
Yeah. Half an hour. You have to let it rest.
What is the time out of interest?
It's just after 5:30. So I think we've on that note, now that we've had the cocktails, we should do a bit of a wrap up and say a big thank you to everybody for watching. Big thank you to our sponsors, Weston's. Wasn't that a lovely chat from Cocktail, mate?
Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, I love all the stories behind it. Like everyone seems to, a lot of the companies we've had on, like they've been born during lockdown because obviously things have changed. Some people have been unfortunate with their main jobs, so they've had to look to do something outside of that. And yeah, again, obviously they care so much about their ingredients, their provenance, the way they produce things. They don't want to make load of waste of glass bottles. They get it in big petrol canisters of bloody gin and stuff. So yeah, and what an amazing drink. And that's why Trace have paired up with them to provide the bourbon.
Yeah, and he's made a success of it. He's out there in Sainsbury's, mate. Well done, eh?
He's made it on Sizzling Saturdays. What are you on about?
Exactly. He's hit Nirvana. He struck gold.
Shangri-La, mate. He's there.
No, I'm delighted. We've had some really, really wonderful stuff today. We've had some Western cider cocktail. I mean, did you eat all of the creme brulee? I ate a whole one. I'm afraid. They were pretty good too, weren't they? I mean, who'd have thought, mate, that we'd be barbecuing and we'd end up making cocktails and also desserts as well.
That's exactly it, mate. Like, I love making things from scratch. Like, I'll do it as much as I can at home, but sometimes I just generally don't have the time. And the things and like shortcuts like this, like cocktails, pre-made, wicked, desserts that are just literally pour this in, pour that in, mix it, done. Love it. Yeah, and this, anything with an open flame. Do you know what I mean? Like, music to my ears.
All right. Well, on that note, I think there's some. I can hear some beef calling out my name, saying, "Dude."
Should we just tell people quickly what we're going to do next week and what we're giving away?
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
So next week we've got a coffee themed episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a DeLonghi themed episode. So DeLonghi are sponsoring the episode. They're giving us a coffee grinder to give away, one of their like fancy coffee grinders. I've got one here. I'll do some videos to show you how amazing it is. If you're into coffee, it's exactly what you need. It can grind it for espressos, for cafetières, for pour over coffee. You know, it's the real deal, this thing. And obviously they're going to showcase, well, we're going to showcase how you can infuse coffee into food.
So that's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be the Saturday. So we've got a coffee themed episode, but I think you're a bit ahead of yourself. What about the Thursday?
Oh, yeah. People were asking when they were like, when are you going to do a Fiery Thursdays?
So yeah, Fiery Thursday, we've got 44 Foods on with one of their barbecue boxes, and we're chatting to one of the farmers as well. How's that?
It's actually Dick Strawbridge, isn't it, who is behind the boxes, is that right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, indeed.
Oh,
And he's going to... So that should be a good bit of fun as well, mate. But yeah, no, I'm loving this, you know, and hopefully everybody out there is loving this and enjoying what we do. I know my mum texted me a minute ago, said she loved it. So
that's exactly it, mate. Then, isn't it? If your parents like it, you're winning. You're winning.
All right. On that note, we should probably wrap up. I'm pretty hungry. I've got to get going.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Always a pleasure. And yeah, thank you to all our sponsors: Lidgates, Westerns, Cocktail, Buffalo Trace, and
Mon Dessert. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers,
Have
buddy.
a great weekend.
Yeah, mate.
And happy Father's Day, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Nice relaxing day tomorrow. Nice lay-in, hopefully.
Steak and...
Sleep? That's the fall into March, son.